and then there were one. Oh, it was a really hot day at the house today, so I'm really kind of glad that I came up here to shoot this video because it's a lot cooler up here on the levee. They have all of the flags out because we've been celebrating all of the patriotic holidays, the most recent one being Flag Day. And it really is a beautiful day today. But I wanted to come out and make a short video because I have good news today. It's not my hair. I finally sold the old house. So that's like a big relief. And it really helped everything move forward. It's helping everything move forward. For one thing, I can pay off my mom's taxes. So I have the state taxes and the federal taxes both to pay off. That's good. I've already paid off the state taxes. They've been taking money out for the federal taxes, of course, but I can go ahead and start paying that off in chunks. But the other thing is, it means that I can focus on the studio more. And that certainly, we'll be seeing videos about that. I just want to tell you a little bit about the house, though, the old studio property. The funny thing was that as far as properties in this area, it was really one of the cheapest, best properties on the market as far as value goes. Most of the houses around here, or properties, were in the 160s, 180s per square foot. And when you consider the house and the carriage house that the studio was in, with both square footages, it comes in around $89 a square foot. So I was really surprised that nobody didn't snap it up right away, but we really only had one offer on the house. And I ended up having to take a $10,000 reduction off of that. And then as we got down to the very, very final week, they did the inspection. They didn't really find anything. And the property is 145 years old. And there are things that I thought might come up. I mean, you never know with an old wood house that old, if they're going to find termites or some electrical problem or a foundation problem. So, I kept checking everything over, making sure that I couldn't find anything. And they said that they found roots in the sewer. So we had to have somebody come out and, root the roots out. And the plumber had absolutely no sense of humor. They came out on Monday. None at all. And that doesn't generally work with me because, especially when it comes to spending my money, I try and have at least a little bit of a sense of humor. Gotta have a sense of humor somewhere. But he came out of the basement towards the end, and he was carrying a gray Walmart bag with all the roots in it. And he said, "Do you want to see the roots that were blocking your pipes?" I said, "Well, I guess, And he said he takes all the roots to a witch in a neighboring town. She takes all the roots he can get. And I was telling this story to the former president of my guild during our last Twilight meeting. and she looked it up, and she said they do spells with it, grounding spells and some other kind of spells to break binding or something. I thought it was very weird. I don't think I would have looked it up, but anyway. So that was the funny part of it. The not so funny part of it was that I found out I had to replace the sewer all the way to the street. My sewer connects the neighbor's sewer and another neighbor's sewer, so it formed like a union in the neighbor's yard. And so I could not repair, because that was 145 years old. I couldn't go into the neighbor's yard and repair the sewer. So the city was requiring me to replace the sewer. So I had to pay additional $25,000 to have the sewer replaced. I turned the camera around so you can see the front side here. I'm in between the two bridges. Can't remember the name of that one. Anyway, so I didn't want to wait for the sewer to be replaced, so we went ahead and closed. I just left instructions and a check for that to be done. But I'm free. I'm free of the old house. One of the things, though, I said at closing, and the funny thing was that the couple that bought it are probably in their 20s, like 23 or 24. I don't think I would have been signing a mortgage of that size at that age, but I told them, I said, if you're going to take any plants out, to let me know, I would come do it, because my mom and I had planted most of the plants in that yard. And the young man said, oh, we're going to rip all of that out. So I said, well, let me know, I'll come rip it out. And he said, we just want to keep a couple of the bushes in front of the carriage house. And I thought, well, there are no bushes in front of the carriage house. I said, I don't know what you're calling a bush, but there are no bushes there. I said, but that doesn't matter. I said, I'll come take out whatever it is that you don't want. There's our football stadium and our aqua park over there. And over there's, behind the trees, is our ice skating rink. And this is the top of our levee. And there's the bottom of the levee and our bike path. And our courthouse and our beautiful cloudy day. So I'm free of the house. I'm very happy to say I'm free of the house. And I don't think I realized how much it had been affecting me, but that very first night I slept so good. It was like I just fell right to sleep. I had barely had to even get up and go to the bathroom that night, which is unusual at my age. So it felt very weird for 2 or 3 days not to have to get up and go over there, because I had been going over every day to work on something. And one of the first things I did was take a couple days just to work in some areas of my garden at home. There were some gardens that I had put in right away at my house, and I had put in shade cloth that wasn't doing, or weed cloth that wasn't doing what I wanted, and I ripped that out with all the weeds that were in it. And it was just so nice to mindlessly sit outside with the wind and the dirt and just thoughts, just random thoughts in your head, and knowing that, I wasn't starting to answer the creditors yet. I'm still just paying them off and letting them be happy they're getting paid, but just knowing that that's done, and that the drywall work is starting, and that things finally feel like they're getting put back together. It felt a little bit like a mop, where all of the strings of the mop were just all loose on the floor, and you needed to mop, but you first had to build the mop. A little bit like that. So I feel like the mop is finally being strung back together, and I can actually see that it looks like a mop now. I can't mop yet, but almost. So that's my analogy for today. But that's my news. That's the studio news. I know it seems disconnected, but for me, in a very real way, they were absolutely intrinsically connected. So, and then there were one property, one focus, and things can finally move forward. And that's it for me today. Until the next time, keep piecing it together.